My name is Rich Wolowski. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of Gordon Food Service. We've been in business since 1897, over 120 years, and we've always been an innovator. But the big question is, where is the food service industry going in the future? And I think that story is untold. One thing I can say for sure is it's changing. If you're going to be a company that survives in the food service industry, you need to be very relevant and you need to bring value to your trading partners. And that's where Food Foundry comes in and the role that they play on bringing new ideas to our customers.
The Food Foundry is a 16-week food industry-focused startup accelerator program built by Relish in partnership with 1871 and our parent company, Gordon Food Service. Most of the food industry programs today help companies who have food products or restaurant concepts. We saw an opportunity to help companies who are supporting all the things around that within the food industry ecosystem. So Food Foundry helps us partner with startups and people who are leading that disruption and work with them rather than against them to build the food industry of the future.
The group that we have, just rock stars. Their vision around what they're building and what they're creating, it's just totally energizing being around these people.
We are Pod Foods, and we are creating a distribution solution for emerging food and beverage brands. So my co-founder Fiona and I started a cookie company in 2014. We were trying to create this better for you cookie that we could share with the world. And thousands of brands are trying to reach their consumers in retail, online and offline, but they're struggling with the distribution system that exists. It was because we were so intimately familiar with the problem that existed, having experienced it for 3 years. So we decided that it was time to stop making our cookies and create a solution so that everybody could get their products out there to the people who wanted them. Small change from cookie company to software business.
We are Big Wheelbarrow, and we create enterprise software that helps food service companies and grocery stores buy local food at scale. Local food is a $19 billion industry in the US. It's grown over 400% over the last 10 years. But there's a big glass ceiling, and that is that these small producers aren't equipped to go into the major points of where we actually get our food from. Food service companies and grocery stores. So that's kind of where we focused our energy, is how do we crack through and make it possible for them to get into these channels.
We are WorkShoe, and we connect professionals on the go to workspace in restaurants that are open during the day. The restaurant space is experiencing some challenges, especially in terms of trying to get people into the space. Margins are tight, competition is high with delivery services. It's hard for restaurants to kind of keep that it factor that they have. So we hope to help restaurants bring people into their space, give them additional revenue stream to get people in and get people spending to help with that pain a little bit.
So we are Local Food Connection. We help break down barriers for the buying and selling of local food through an online marketplace and first mile and last mile delivery logistics. Farming is very difficult. It takes up a lot of time, and the more they market, the more they have to produce in the field, and then they have to go deliver it, and then they have to go collect the money. It's a vicious circle where it's hard for them to grow because of the amount of time, if they want to grow, they have to spend off the farm. On the chef side, we have the same problem. It's a lot to manage, and chefs are extremely busy people. They want to spend their time creating beautiful dishes. So we take that part, making it more convenient with a one-stop shop for local food.
We are 86 Repairs, and we help restaurant groups manage all of their repairs so they can get back to serving their guests. So obviously the restaurant industry is huge, but we're seeing a shift toward back of house operations and excellence. And as you see some of those trends in the industry, and you see the shrinking skilled trades labor market in the US, there's going to be more and more need to help restaurateurs really provide operational excellence and run their businesses so that they can get back to focusing on that front of house customer experience and serving a great meal to the next person who walks in the door.
So when you bring all this together, Gordon Food Service, these startup companies that are disrupting the world And then also our people within Relish Works that are focused on human-centered design. The output is truly amazing.
You just keep stacking up like this unfair advantage after unfair advantage that this type of organization would bring, and that has really turned out to be true.
I think back on the hesitation I had, when we were considering this program, and I laugh. It has paid off in so many different ways.
Overall, everyone's just open and helpful. It's not some competitive thing.
The relationships built during this process are really powerful and meaningful. I honestly feel like I've made lifelong friends here, which is an awfully nice outcome of this.
I'm just excited to see what happens beyond the program.
We're number one.
We're number one.
We are number one.
We're number one.
We're number one.